Hey, it's Friday. It's in the news update for Friday. Well, there was a bridge collapse outside of Miami, Florida last night. It is just now hitting the news. Eight people have been reported dead from this bridge collapse. Now, this bridge collapse was a $14 million project, and it has not been up very long, but it collapsed last night on a number of motorists that were traveling on it and outside of Miami, Florida. And so it has become not a mission of rescue, but a mission of trying to find the rest of the people that may have died that are due to this bridge collapse in Florida. Also, do you buy bottled water? There's plastic particles, they're saying, in many of the popular brands of water that you drink, that you've been drinking. There may be little plastic particles in that water. I've always said, get a filter and filter your own water that way. I tell my uncle that all the time. And I'll tell you all that because there is plastic in that water when you drink it. I'm not trying to scare you, but there new studies have found plastic in those waters. Of all the major popular brands of water that you drink, all of them have it. So it's probably best to get a filter. Just filter your tap water. It's probably about what a lot of them are doing anyway when you buy that bottled water. So just do that. Anyway, the man who people stopped outside of Chesterfield before the exit on 295 last Wednesday is dead because his car flipped over. His truck flipped over, and he went and he hit a guardrail and his truck overturned. The guy was wearing a seatbelt though, who people were trying to help and rescue, but he died because of the injuries that he sustained from that accident out there on the highway on 295. His truck flipped over, just a report, and he died because of that injuries that he sustained. Because they do believe that he was going too fast when he was going to the exit to get off to go to Chesterfield, but he was going too fast. I do believe that's what caused the wreck. It's still under investigation, and that's what they believe what might have caused that accident there on 295. Anyway, the police did capture those two suspects that did viciously murder, that did attack and murder that preacher's wife. They did capture those two suspects, thank God, and that they did capture them. A lot of people reported they're thankful for the police for getting those bad people off the streets of North Carolina. There has been rumors that maybe they might have went to maybe other states, but actually they were still locally there in North Carolina. There's two people that attacked preacher and preacher's wife, tied them up, beat them, tied them up, set their house on fire. The preacher was able to get away. He's alive and recovering at a local hospital from third-degree burns and other injuries. Meanwhile, his wife did not make it, unfortunately. So sorry to say that horrible news. She was a retired clinical psychologist, but she also was a Sunday school teacher still at the time, formerly, when she was alive. And the town is still in mourning because they lost the wife of the preacher, and what the preacher had to go through. And it's good that they found those two suspects and got them off the street and got them captured and brought into custody. So that is always a good thing. When they got those two people off the street. They caught one Tuesday night, and they caught the other one Wednesday. So I just wanted to say good job to the police for doing that, because it makes people rest easy, because bad people like that are off the street that shouldn't be on the street. Thanks to the police in that area in North Carolina for getting those people, doing a good job there. We do want to tell you news here around in Harbor Square. We do know that lineman Mike is also getting evicted, and then two other white people are getting evicted. It seems like all these people are white. I don't know what's going on with that, but lots of white people are getting evicted here. I don't know. We know at least 3 or maybe 4. But the good thing is, hopefully you can have a good case and be able to fight it in court. And hopefully you won't get evicted if you have a good case. I think some people do, from what I've heard and seen. And I think they will have a good chance of beating this thing so they can still stay here, because of the flimsy information and all the stuff that's going on here. I mean, in this complex. So, but anyway, good luck to everybody, as I say, because I know everybody's going to need it. And, don't, just make sure you study your information, look up the law, and know what the law is so it's on your side, and know what your responsibility is in the situation, is what I've always say. And may justice prevail, and may the truth prevail, and that way the people that have been innocently persecuted or have had things happen to them or lies said about them will be revealed in court, and that way the eviction could be overturned. And that's, really what's going on. If you had lies said about you and you're in a situation similar, like, other people might be in, just pray to the Lord and stay strong. And if you didn't do something that where you did violate a rule in here, then you should still be able to remain and live here. Sometimes people can cause a lot of problems too, and tell a lot of lies too, and they can target you unfairly because of some reason, because they don't like you, and that a lot of times can be like that because there's some bullies that live, they can live in a place such as Harbor Square, and they can do things like that because they are very bad, vile, sneaky, lying people. And they like to lie a lot. And, you might be in the same or similar situation with maybe neighbors in other buildings. I don't know. I'm just talking here because I don't know your case. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so I think Mike showed Danny his eviction notice. The Danny that's been riding around here, that's what Rumor Central says, and he looked at it. So I don't know what about that, but he let Danny look at Blind Man Mike's eviction notice. So, but like I said, he has been riding around here and making his rounds. Like I said, he was over at Barbara Poe's house Tuesday night, and he's over around and talking to Patricia too on Tuesday afternoon too. And he's still slinking that foot around. You hear him dragging that foot like a dead body. You hear that foot dragging on one side. So yeah, I hear him walking around here, and I've seen his car, so I know he's around, driving around with the Danny license plate. Bum, bum. Exactly. All right, but anyway, hope everybody has a good Friday afternoon, and I hope everybody's having a good evening, and stay warm. It's going to get actually rainy this weekend. They're saying we're supposed to have some showery weather on Saturday and tomorrow, and it's going to be a rainy St. Patty's Day. So if you wear green, at least it happens on a Saturday this year, and the kids won't be able to pinch you at school. No, they won't be able to do that because St. Patrick's Day falls on a Saturday this year, and so that's pretty interesting. So, and Easter falls on April Fool's Day, but it's not an April Fool's joke because Easter does really fall on the 1st of April this year. So we just got a lot of things going on here. But anyway, just pray for the people down in Florida that there's not too much fatalities from that bridge collapse that we just first reported to you today. And pray for the people in here, and pray for Harbor Square too, because there's a lot of weird things going on around here. A lot of fishy stuff going on in the pot, if you know what I mean. So pray for the situations going on around here, and hope that the judge can be with the people that are facing eviction unlawfully, and those have had their apartment or their enjoyment taken from them, even though these people lie across the hallway saying their enjoyment has been taken when they're the ones that have been doing all the provoking the whole time. So we'll see. I want to say hi to the landlord and to HUD this morning. Have a good weekend. And I want to say hi to Mrs. Price, the lawyer that represents Harbor Square. I know they're listening. Hi to y'all. Also want to say hi to Delegate Spencer Peace this morning. He's also listening too as well, and watching our videos. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful day. And Godspeed, and have a great weekend. And I appreciate everyone out there that is helping us with all kinds of things when it comes to the news gathering and also with the other things that are going on. Take care. God bless. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay dry. Make sure you have an umbrella for tomorrow because it's going to be raining around here. See you tomorrow with another update. Hopefully there ain't too many people that died in that bridge collapse that happened last night outside of Miami, Florida. Take care. Our prayers go out to those people. And praise the police for catching those two dangerous criminals that attacked that preacher and his wife in North Carolina. Take care, everyone. Be safe. God bless everyone. And be in prayer for these things that has happened. It's horrible. Remember to love one another, always care for each other, and always be thinking about what you could do for other people and stop thinking about yourself. Remember the old way, when you're not a Christian, we always think about ourselves. But when we become a Christian, we have to start thinking about others. It's just like when you get married, you think about your wife and you think about your family. And then you start thinking about your extended family, that's your church where you go. That's why churches are often referred to as a community or family, because they are the extended family of your main family. That's why churches are often referred to that in the Bible as a community or family, because that's what they really are. So think about that and helping people and finding needs in your church where you go, where you attend, worship at. And let's really become true believers and worshipers in God. Let's all worship together by sharing what we have, by devoting either our time and also what we have if necessary, and what we do and what we know, and our skill sets, how we can help other people too as well. And that's really what being a true Christian is really about in the Church of Christ. So take care. With that being said, I'm really going. Bye for now. This is Michael from In the News, right here from Harbor Square Apartments. Take care. Have a good morning and a great weekend.